Alright, tips are back. We're talking about some FF7 Rebirth. We're here to talk about kind of like that marketing thing they've been doing with the game for a while, where they're kind of pushing that you don't need to play Remake to play Rebirth. Obviously, the Remake Trilogy games are all standalone, and they'll provide materials for you with Rebirth to kind of catch you up on the Remake story if by chance you're hopping into Rebirth first. I really do like this, and it's a great thing. It's realistically only a positive. I'm just not sure like how big the audience is of people that are hopping into Rebirth first, like realistically. Like, a lot of people that are going to be playing Rebirth played Remake, right? And there's maybe people that were like apprehensive or didn't really care about the Remake project so much, or maybe Remake itself, but maybe the trailers and the gameplay for Rebirth has intrigued them, and maybe they want to play that at least, and don't really give a shit about Remake, and maybe that's kind of who the video is for. There's also maybe people that are just not really fans of Final Fantasy, but see the gameplay and the trailers for Rebirth, and that are a little bit intrigued, maybe. But I still just don't see what the problem is in, like, marketing, like, hey, you should probably play Remake as well. Like, I mean, the video's cool for what it is, but obviously you can, like, buy the bundles or whatever if you, like, pre-order the game or whatever the fuck it is, where you can get, like, you're paying, like, $70 and you're getting Rebirth, and they're just kind of throwing in Remake for free. So it's like, I don't know why you wouldn't just market that more so than just this whole, we're going to provide materials thing. Anyways, hopping into the info for the video, we got a tweet from Audrey last night saying that there was, like, according to, like, a forum post on a Korean website, there was an interview recently with Yoshinori Kitase where he kind of talked about this video. And the thing is, we don't have, like, I guess, a link to this interview or proof that this interview even exists, technically. But we do know that there is going to be a recap video when it comes to Rebirth for the Remake story. Like, we know that exists. We've definitely talked about that in previous videos. We've looked at so many goddamn interviews and things like that, and information for Rebirth over the last, like, few months or whatever, right? So I don't remember exactly where they've talked about it before, but they definitely confirmed there will be a video that you're able to, like, watch it, I think, like, any point. I think it's going to be on the main menu, but potentially also the beginning of the game. I don't remember what all was exactly confirmed because it's been a while since we talked about it. Let's go and look at this forum post really quickly. We're using the old Google Translate, so it's a little weird in, like, one or two parts, but we get the idea of what's being said here. So the post says, ultra high quality 100% CG movie, long content of approximately 17 minutes or more, naturally connected to the opening, can be rewatched at any time within the game. The CG video of the confrontation with Sephiroth in the recently released trailer is part of a summary movie, and the summary movie is one of the parts that Kitase is most confident in Rebirth. So I think that kind of the main talking point from this, though there's multiple things we'll discuss here, is the length. 17 minutes. That's like the main thing people are focusing on from this, because that's pretty long, dude. That's like a TV show. It's like an episode of a TV show. When you include like commercials and shit, right? That's pretty close to it. But apparently it's going to be seamlessly connected to the opening, so it's something that, like, when you start up Rebirth, like when you click new game, it's going to play this video, I assume, and that's good and bad. Obviously, if you're going to do a recap, it makes sense to do it at the very beginning, but also it's like, I'm going to feel obligated to watch this whole 17-minute video, if that's how long it's going to be, and when I just kind of want to hop right into Rebirth and play, right? So it also says that it's going to be 100% CG, like video, movie, whatever you want to call it, which that by itself isn't information. I don't think anybody was expecting gameplay at all from Remake. That wouldn't make any sense when you were just kind of recapping the story. Also, the ability to, like, watch the video at any point, anytime you want to, isn't really news or information, because I'm pretty sure we talked about that previously, but that's also kind of how these always work. I don't know if it means, like, main menu or, like, the menu of the game, if you can just, like, pull up, like, hit start or pull up, like, the menus and, like, watch the video. I'm assuming it's probably, like, a main menu thing, but still, like, that's not really information, necessarily. Also, according to this post from the recent, like, release date announced trailer, the confrontation between Sephiroth we see at the end of the trailer is from the CG movie, which the community already picked up on that. I'm pretty sure we talked about that with, like, the trailer breakdown or maybe my reaction video to it. I don't remember exactly, but the community knew right away because the shot where you're seeing, like, Cloud flying through the air about to, like, hit Sephiroth, like, that's a different shot than what it is at the end of Remake, right? This is actually kind of the part that I'm most interested in, because obviously the majority of us know the fucking Remake story, so we don't really need a recap, but them doing, like, kind of like new shots or new angles or perspectives of scenes that we know of from Remake, that's something I'm kind of interested in seeing. Like, what else are they going to do that with? What else are they going to show? What other, like, scenes are they going to take from, like, story segments and, like, make them, like, this high quality, like, 4K version and shit, and give us different lighting and perspectives and stuff. Like, that's at least intriguing to me. And the last bit about, like, Kitase, like, being really, I guess, proud of this recap movie is, like, cool, I guess, whatever the case. That's kind of non-information. I would say in regards to this, like, information, I guess you want to call it, I think it's legit only because this is, like, not something you fake. Like, this isn't the type of shit that people fake when they want to get, like, traction and stuff like that. I don't know where it comes from exactly. Like, the interview itself, the Korean interview, I don't know why we don't have, like, a link to that somewhere, or somebody doesn't have that on Twitter translated, given translations or whatever the fuck, because we've had Korean interviews translated before. But also, Audrey tweeted this out, like, 12 hours ago, and I've looked at, like, her replies. I haven't seen her updated it with, like, a link to anything. But maybe there's something out there by now somewhere. To try to find something in Korean, I'm not the guy. I'll say, though, 17 minutes seems a little bit lengthy. I guess I don't really know how long, like, recap videos like this are usually, but It is like a 30-hour game, but I feel like you could like recap the remake story in less time than that technically. But I don't know. Whatever. Pretty much it for the video. There's not a whole lot more to say from this. I wonder if they're gonna drop this like recap video on social media. I think that's also something they should do. That way people can just watch it there, and then maybe when we all fire up Rebirth, we can just kind of skip it. Because I don't know if I want to sit there. I don't know if I could fight the urge for 17 minutes to just skip the motherfucker so I could hop right into Rebirth. I just don't know. So I'd almost rather watch that on social media. That way I can skip that shit day one. Anyways, that's the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Social networks in the description below. Follow me to dashingdavidbusiness. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Low Gain or leave it like Cobain.